Macca's guides.
Alright guys, Macca here. We're continuing with World 3. This world is called Holiday Canyon. It has a total of 27 possible clovers, which would bring our total to 76. 5 normal levels as well as 7 mini-game levels. Starting off with Fretting Yeti. As all the other levels, all of these levels end up culminating in a boss battle for World 3. This level is not too bad. We're just going to have a little bit of tightness on the coins. So we'll make sure to grab as many as possible early on. And then we can come talk to this guy and continue on. So there are some new mechanics here. You can see these kind of folding walkways, which we'll need to grab. Sometimes you'll need to come under the walkway as it folds in order to grab something specific. We have these kind of new bosses, which we'll need to hit 3 times in order to grab. Grab this clock and continue forward. Burrow, 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 again and again, and then we'll have a chest at the end here that we can grab the gem out of. We'll grab this little monster guy, and then we'll come up here and clear these 3 flowers. That will grab the C in Lucky. Then we can use this kind of folding walkway. We'll actually need to drop down here, and then we can grab the U in Lucky. A little tight on that one, but it still worked just fine. Skip these monsters for now and come up here real quick in order to grab the L from Lucky. After we kill the monsters, we'll have to end up respawning back to where we came from, so it's kind of better to get these out of the way right now. This jump's a little bit tough. You got to time it properly, but just double jump across to the L, and then we can drop down, take out the B, take out the monster 1. You can grab these extra coins if you want them. We might need them later. Like I said, there's a little bit of it's a tight window for the coins on this one. I did not know you could do that. That was an accident, but I guess that's one way of getting rid of the monsters. Once you get rid of all 4, teleport it back to the beginning. We have a new path here to the left now. This is the protagonist of World 3. We'll have a boss battle with him at the very end of the world. Now, this is kind of the new game mechanic. These kind of moving platforms on timers. You just have to kind of use the timers and make sure you're not falling off. They can be a little bit tough. There's a small window for some of them, but you should be good to go as long as you're timing it all right. Now we can continue forward, and we'll grab these first. Come to the right-hand side, come around in a circle, and then grab this large coin right here, and grab these kind of hidden coins over here. And then we'll move on back to the left, and then jump across to come to this large flower with the foxhole behind it. And we can come through the foxhole now. And this one's all about timing. You just gotta make sure you can time the platform so that you don't do that. The pattern's a little bit hard to learn because they alternate, but they also have delays on them. So it should take you a couple of tries, maybe. And once you get all the coins there, you can pick up the secret clover at the end. At this point, we can pick up these kind of hidden coins, and we'll go up, and you should be able to spot the K nearby. You only got 1 shot to grab this K, 1 opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. You're going to capture it or let it slip. Alright, so we'll grab the K, drop down, and activate the checkpoint. We will need to do a little bit of backtracking here in order to make sure we're going to grab enough coins. So, you know, get those, grab these ones. Make sure you have enough so that as you work your way across these platforms, you get to 300, right? Again, we're going to be timing a lot here. We're working our way towards the Y. We're going to grab that Y, make sure we have the 300 coins, and then we can work our way towards the end of the level where we can grab the final clover. Alright, so that's the first level. Not too bad. You can ignore all this pretty much. By the way, I figured out what the coins do in this game. Unfortunately, they do absolutely nothing. I think they're just there to like in the levels, you obviously need to get a certain amount to, you know, to get all the clovers and stuff. But in the open world, they don't do anything. Anyway, we're going through present danger now. Okay, so this level's not too bad. A little bit of a tight coin requirement, but nothing crazy. Just grab the obvious coins when you see them. Grab this bird up here if you want it. There are these switches here that you have to kind of activate in order to have the platforms move. Make sure you jump over to the left here, double jump with a good time, you know, it's a good timing, and grab the L. So for this one, I actually like to skip the switch at first. Grab the bird, and then use the switch, and this jump becomes a little bit easier. Use the switch when you're up on top here so you can grab all of the gems. And we can continue forward to the next checkpoint, where we should jump on the platform, and then continue riding around until we can grab the U and Lucky here from this little area. Grab the coins that are obvious, and we're good to kind of proceed to the next set of platforms, where there's a bird on the right-hand side we can grab. And continue our journey using the platforms to the top, jumping over the log in order to stay safe, and continuing across. At this checkpoint, you should have around 100 coins. You can have quite a bit more, though. Now for this, you want to use this lever in order to ride this elevator to the top, and then use the top lever as well. And then you can double jump, like jump across here, and you can jump down, grab the C and the gem. And then if you time it properly, you should be able to make it back onto the platform in one jump. I ended up missing it, so you should be able to still make it like this. If not, you kind of have to reset some of the levers to make your way back across. For here, you have a foxhole to the right, and this is going to be very difficult. So you kind of have to like time your jumps, and you might have to do stuff out of order, but you'll want to grab the clock and then grab the coin at the bottom here. Then I would probably recommend riding all the way to the top, grabbing the green coin and the blue coin, and then jumping back down to grab the orange coin and the yellow coin. And that's the order I would recommend, but the timing window on that is pretty close, pretty tight. So, you know, you might have to redo the level if you didn't get it, which it's not a huge deal, but... Now, I'm going to grab these coins just to be safe here. Ride the platform up. Ride this platform up. You can always jump down to get these coins and then just ride the platforms back up. We are going to have to go to the right here in order to grab the K and Lucky, as well as some extra coins. We will want to grab the gem here. It's pretty important we grab it. And then we can come back across. Grab the star here, and then we can double jump to the Y Unlucky. And then we can grab all these coins, which should bring us over the 300 mark, just barely. And then we can finish off the level. If you're a little tight on coins there, you have to kind of go back, grab some birds, make sure you didn't miss anything. There might have been a gem we skipped over that was hidden somewhere really well. But now that we are done Present Danger, we have 6 new mini-games to do. These are the logic mini-games where you kind of have to move the pieces around the board in order to get all the proper locations. Now, there might be, like, exact solutions for these. However, I just seem to do them and kind of try to figure it out based on where, you know, based on where I'm moving things and how they're working. There probably is like a perfect solution for all of these that you can do them all very quickly. I'm just going to try to explain them to the best of my ability as I do them here. Alright, so for this one, what we want to do is ride this across, and then this across, and then, let's figure this one out. Yeah, so we're good, we're good. I'm not going to explain it step by step because I think it's just a little difficult to like understand with commentary. I think the best is just to kind of follow along and try to get the same setup as I get right before I finish it. That's the first one. For this one, you have to kind of stack a lot, if that makes sense. Like you have to block yourself a lot and also always be able to get back to where you need to get to. So they are pretty tricky. And a lot of the time you won't have any extra pieces or extra moves. You'll have to kind of get it perfect. All right, so for the second one here, let's try to figure this one out. Let's do it like this. Let's bring this across. Yeah, this should work. All right, there we go. Oh, it might have taken a little bit longer than it needed to, but we got the job done. All right, now we can move on to the third one. All right, let's take a quick look here. All right, for the third one, I think what we're gonna want to start with is bringing this guy over here. Yeah, we should be, I think we're good if we just continue doing exactly as we were doing. Again, this might not be like the optimal path, but I think it'll do the trick for us here. It's still gonna take a little bit of trial and error to see how pieces are moving and see kind of what's, you know, coming up. That's 3 out of 6 for those. They actually do get a little bit harder as we go. All right, let's take a look here. Let's just see kind of where we get based on what I think we... Okay, I think this one's actually going to go very well for us. Because that's the solution. We're done. Cool. Moving on to number 5 out of 6. All right, number 5 is a little difficult. What we actually have to do is kind of bring this guy around the world with us. So let's start with him. We'll actually keep him right here. But I know your natural instinct would be to put him in this corner over here, but that is not the solution. Instead, we want to stack these 3 guys like this. And now we can cycle this guy over here. And we're actually going to need to bring that guy across back to where we started. We actually don't want him. And now he can follow us in. So now that he's followed us in, put him in this corner. And then bring these guys in like this. Stack him up here. So you can bring this guy across like this. And now you just have to follow the corners. So this is probably the hardest one in my opinion. It took me the longest to figure out. But once you kind of get it going, it starts kind of solving itself a little bit. You just got to make sure you don't get a little excited and move things into a corner before they're ready. All right, and this is number 6 out of 6 for this mini game. There's one more mini game later on. All right, number 6 is quite difficult. Probably multiple ways to do it. I'm going to try to explain it to the best of my abilities here. We're going to bring down... We want both of these. We want both of the little foxes here to be on the bottom right. And then we should be able to stack up this fox right here like this. And then we'll want one up here like this. Now we should be able to bring this one over right here. Bring this one down. And bring this one across. And now we can continue through the rest of the levels. We're going to do Operation Pointy thing next. Alright, we start off by moving across to the right-hand side. For this level, every little platform you touch starts moving, and underneath it there are spikes, which will hurt you. So we just have to move across quite quickly. Grab the flower, grab the coins, work our way to the right-hand side, grab this extra coin just in case. Although, we're going to have more than enough. We're going to be working our way across here. Jump into the screen in order to grab this U. And then we can work our way back onto the platform to the left and jump across here to the foxhole. This foxhole is all about timing. You want to pick up the golem head and you want to start walking as soon as the platform on the right kind of moves away from you. Wait for it to rotate once, wait for it to rotate again, grab the extra coin, and then just in one motion go all the way to the end without stopping. That should grab you the clover. And we can move out of here. And we have to redo this section really quick, but we're good to go. Move across to the left. Skip the big coin. And then move across here really quickly in a straight line. Jump into the gem. And you made your way to the checkpoint. Now we can jump up here. Grab the C in Lucky. And grab the extra coins. 220 is more than enough to go through this door. Although we did leave a couple of coins behind. Watch out for the spiky bits on the floor. Grab whatever coins you can. Again, we don't need a lot of them. Alright, so we'll start here is watching the pattern on the floor and then jumping to the right-hand side. And then working our way down this giant skeleton here. And then what we'll need to do is grab all the coins here. Feel free to take out the bomb guy if he's giving you any trouble. Pick up all the coins and that will generate the letter K. That one was a little tough. That one took me a couple tries to find. Then work your way up to this lever right here and press it. At this point you can go directly to your left and pick up the Y in Lucky. Continue around to the other side. You can pick up a couple coins here to make sure you get to 300. And then get to the end and press the other lever in order to open up the skeleton ribcage. Feel free to get rid of this bomb guy by mailing the bomb back at him. And then there's a monster we'll need to triple jump on. Which will open the door to continue. We're actually going to get almost 400 coins, I think, to be honest. You want to watch out for the spikes, obviously, but we're just going to make our way around, making sure to grab all the bees. And then we'll have two of the bomber guys. We'll have to melee the bomb back to them. And at that point, the elevator ride's done. You can quickly grab all three presents and move to the right-hand side in order to finish the level by grabbing, by talking to these guys over here. Next up, Juicy Tubes. Juicy Tubes isn't too bad. It's a side-scrolling level. We'll start off by going to the left, grabbing the L, and continuing left to grab the gem as well. We can grab the bees here. Jump down to grab the gem. Watch out for these little sections. Make sure you burrow when possible. Grab the first bee. Time it so that you can grab the second bee safely. Grab it so you can grab the third bee safely. And then you can jump over and down. On the left, there's a gem. On the right, there is a heart. And in the middle, there is a foxhole. For this foxhole, just grab all the coins and kill all the bees. Once you do that, you can activate the lever on the top here. Come back through the foxhole, and you can get the U in Lucky. We're going to be jumping across these platforms. Watching out for these spinny bits. For here, we want to go underneath and grab the letter C in Lucky. And then we can use the foxhole to get into the background, where we'll need to kill all of the bees. And once we do that, we can grab the clover and go back through the foxhole. Now for this, we just need to time the watermelons. And we should have more than enough coins by now, by the way. For this one, we do have to grab the clock and then all of the coins along the way. And that'll help us grab the K in Lucky. And then we'll have to grab the Y in Lucky. And at that point, we can continue forward and finish the level. That level took, what, maybe 2 minutes? That was a pretty quick one. We'll open up the other minigame, but we're actually going to do that one last. Instead, we'll move on to the next level. We're going on to Tar Springs now. Now, just to quickly get something out of the way, immediately just jump into the tar behind you guys. You'll grab a 5-point achievement or trophy right there. Rather, just an achievement. No trophies in this one, for sure. Alright, now we can continue forward. The coin requirement is a little bit tight, so we'll want to make sure we can grab whatever we can near the beginning here. We're going to start off going from right to left. Grabbing the L and Lucky over here. Obviously, all of this is based on the platforms. And we can now head back to where we came from. Alright. We'll get to this checkpoint. Now what we want to do is hop up here, watch out for the flower, and then grab this little inflatable pool bit. And we're going to want to bring it back to the Yeti we talked to at the very beginning. He's going to drop us a whole bunch of gems we'll need in order to complete the level. We'll also get the Retrieve the Missing Floaty for the Yeti achievement, where you should be at around 80-ish coins as well. We can now use, we can come up here, grab all these little secret ones, and then that'll spawn a gem. And we can continue up here, where we can take care of the bee if we want, but we're actually interested in the foxhole. Alright, this one's pretty easy. We grab the timer, make sure to grab every coin along the way, on the way to the end. Unless you're bad like me. Alright, and then you can go to the end and grab that secret clover. Grab the extra boxes just in case we need the coins. And we should be able to get our way out of this area now. Now, once we get back up top here, we'll still want to go back to where we were. And we will want to work our way across here, like kind of into the screen, where we can go into the cage to grab the letter U. At this point, we can continue forward. You can grab all the coins here on the corners and try to kill all the birds. It's up to you. But really what we're doing here is we're trying to grab the letter C and Lucky on the right, on the left-hand side here. Alright, now for this puzzle, what you want to do is take out the birds first. Don't really worry about the platforms. Now, the platforms are very easy. When you push them, they change. You basically just need a solid board of purple. And now, as you get all of them to be purple, there's a pillar off to our right there. And that pillar will drop the letter K. And we'll need to grab that pillar. Grab onto the pillar, grab the letter K, and then try to jump back. It's a tight window, but if you do it properly, you should be able to grab the letter K and continue. We should be around 250 coins or so. We should be over the limit, so we should be good to go. We'll grab the caterpillars. We have to get all 10 bugs in this area, including the bees, including the flowers here. Alright, once we have all 10 of these, we'll be ready to go here. Pick up the coins by burrowing. Make sure you kind of have everything accounted for. And we can now move up the ladder. And what you want to do here is we want to drop down to that letter Y. We got to do this pretty quick. We want to be back up and around here before it's too late. At this point, you should be able to pick up enough coins. You might have to go back and, you know, get some birds or something. Make sure you clean up wherever you needed to get 300, and then you can finish the level. Alright, at this point we can now go up and to the left here and come across the bridge in order to do this mini game. This mini game is pretty easy. It's one of those ones where you can't stop moving. So just make sure you burrow when you have to burrow. Try to melee the platforms when possible, like that, so you can kind of skip certain areas and get more coins. Later on, you will have to actually like do it in order to save yourself from getting damaged. And this one's pretty easy, just double jump if you need it. Make sure you're accounting for the changes in speed. Lots of room for error here because we have 3 lives even if we don't. Even if we miss one of these platforms and kind of take a little bit of a nosedive into one of those rotating discs, we'll still make it through. Once you make it to the very end, you'll grab the clover. That is all clovers in World 3. And now we will do the boss battle in World 3. Before moving on to the boss battle, if you want, you can adjust this trophy here. And a third time to make it gold. Again, I'm not 100% sure if we need to do this, but might as well. Go past the tar springs into the boss area and start the boss battle. I would say this boss battle is not impossible, but it's more difficult than the other ones. Alright, so there's 3 kind of phases. They repeat. Each time it's a little harder. Basically, to start a phase, the big fat cat comes and tries to stomp on you. Just keep moving clockwise, counterclockwise in a circle to make sure you're dodging him. Pretty simple. He'll eventually go back to the ship. And then 2 arrays of fireballs will kind of spawn from left and right. You just got to avoid them here. This is pretty easy stuff. It gets actually gets pretty hard at the end though, but as long as you have decent timing and you're good at your double jumps, it's not too bad. At this point, the cannons will launch 3 bombs towards us. We have to melee 1 bomb back, and the 2 bombs that stay end up exploding and taking out a piece of the board. Forgot about this little bird section. Just take out the birds. I think they're bees later on, but I'm not 100% sure. And basically, it repeats itself at this point. Alright. Another fireballs, but this time it's from the right of the screen. Alright. And then another bomb phase. I would probably recommend trying to get the one kind of near the middle here, but it's up to you. Alright, grab the bees. Here comes the jumping plopper guy. And now we have yet another array of fireballs. These are actually probably the hardest. You actually need to like make a couple of adjustments here, probably, depending. Before we barely need to make any adjustments, but I don't know. These don't seem too hard this time around. Maybe I got unlucky last time. I guess it also depends which blocks on the surface you're missing. If you have like a couple holes right in the middle, it might be a little harder to dodge some of these. I'm not sure. That was actually very easy. Now, one more round of cannonballs. Melee one back. And that is the end of the boss battle. And that's the end of World 3 as well. Grab the book. Achievement unlocked. And we are at 715 out of 1,000. Alright, the rest is World 4, separate video. I'll see you guys then. Peace.